Welcome back, everybody. I'm back today with some breaking news on the EIDL grants and the loans. Big changes here, and that change is the money is gone. This essentially means that the grant program is officially over, and I have speculation that the loan program may be next. This all centers around the infrastructure bill and the reallocation of pandemic funds. This essentially could shut the entire thing down. So share this video with everybody you know inside the EIDL program, whether they are in the grant program or the loan program. This is a bad news message. It's going to be frustrating. So let's get into it. Welcome back, everybody. I have a frustrating lineup here. Breaking news on the EIDL grants and the loan program. Big change is here. The money is gone inside the grant program, and I do have that speculation that the loan money will be next. All right, I'm going to explain the backstory. We're going to talk about what to expect if you are in the queue, and close with those major concerns of what is on the horizon. By the way, if you're meeting me for the first time, my name is Edward Bilder. I'm a financial educator. Please don't shoot the messenger for this video, okay? I do teach the secrets of passive income, filling your pockets with money while you're sleeping. And now might be a better time than ever to change your lives and go check out my crash course, because you might need to see extra $5,000 to $10,000 each and every month show up in the morning, okay? Comment scammers, just go away, all right? We don't want you on this channel, and you can't trick the people anymore into thinking they're talking to me, Max, Jason, or Skip, asking them for $600 or $1,000 to do nothing for them. Never go to Instagram to any of these comment scammers telling you that they are an SBA agent. They are not. They want your money, and then they want to leave you with nothing. All right, let's get into this update here, because this is very frustrating. This is specifically around the EIDL grants and specifically tied to round one of the infrastructure bill. Now, the review just came out, the text has just been released, and it's surfaced as to show us how they're going to pay for all of this new infrastructure bill, okay? And this, again, this is only round one. There's still a round two that's coming. It's supposed to be 3x this first round, all right? Very specifically in the bill, they talked about $208 billion of unspent, we're going to call it unspent leftover pandemic funds. And the majority of those funds right now are found inside the EIDL program. This bill here is actually putting a permanent end to PPP because it is empty. So permanent end to PPP, and RRF is also an empty fund. I don't exactly know if I saw its ending here, but I will track that, and I'll get you guys an update as to what's going on with RRF. The grants at this point are completely over once this is signed by the president, by President Biden. Now, the fund originally had $35 billion for targeted grants and supplemental grants. $20 billion was set aside from the Consolidation Act. That was the one that Trump signed in December of 2020. And then an extra $15 billion came over later through the American Rescue Plan that Biden signed. And look, something odd was going on last week with the SBA because they released all these PR webinars. It was bizarre because they had them one after another, announcing all this new speed, announcing how they want to review things so fast, go through things rapidly, and they kept also talking about poor response for the grants, meaning they had $35 billion, but nobody wanted it, right? They're shouting, hey, we have $35 billion over here, but nobody's lining up to get it. Who's coming to line up to get it? And the writing was on the wall. At that point in time, the writing was on the wall. It's like, they're going to move this money. They're going to move this money. Kamala Harris showed up to celebrate with everybody on the last day, and really she was just celebrating how much money she could take to send off to this new infrastructure bill, okay? Now, what the new bill reads inside the text, and there's some confusing things going on with some of the other channels out there. They may be alluding to the fact that you may still get yourself funded if you're in low income or possibly middle. But right now we are seeing that all of the money is going to be gone, because it reads that the $17.578 billion that was announced in the webinar of the Consolidation Act will be moved, permanently rescinded, and just sent off to this new infrastructure bill. And then some channels are saying, but don't worry, you still may see that $15 billion from the American Rescue Plan. That's for the targeted advance grants and the supplemental targeted advance grants. Well, the very next paragraph states that the unobligated funds from the American Rescue Plan for the EIDL grants will be transferred over to the EIDL loans. This is after they spend $500 million on salaries and expenses. and $992 million to guaranteed loans under Section 7A. Now, I have not read Section 7A yet. I did read it in the past. I need to refresh on exactly what that means. But I believe what they're talking about here is the 4506T requirements. Stay tuned for a follow-up video on this. I will dig into this much deeper to figure out what that 992 million is. But my point of this all is the grants are over. All of the funds are going. The $15 billion that is for the targeted and the supplemental targeted from the American Rescue Plan will be transferred over into the loans. And the unobligated money from the Consolidation Act will also be gone. Now, if you've been following the channel and you saw my video on the new process, you know that obligation is the very last step in the review process. This means that when you go through the review process, you start with your application, you go to a loan officer, then there's an underwriter, then there's some back and forth where you're talking back and forth, exchanging documentation, and the very last step there is obligation, okay? This means that if you are in the queue and you have not yet reached obligation, there's a solid cutoff there. It says unobligated funds. Anything left on that side of the review process that has not reached obligation yet, it's gone. It's all gone. All right, and that includes the Consolidation Act. That money will just get rescinded, and then the money in the American Rescue Plan will get transferred over to the loan program. All right. So if you had an application submitted and you have not yet had a loan officer call you to say that your funds are on the way, or you've seen the approval, that's usually when obligation hits, is when you see the approval, then you are not going to get yourself funded. And this is crazy. This is super, super crazy, because right now I have thousands that message me on this channel from Priorities 1 and Priorities 2 who have been waiting as far back as February, waiting a long, long time to get themselves to that obligated point, stuck in the queue through some form of glitch, through some form of problem that's been created by the SBA, and they may not see their funds, the balance of their $10,000 from Priorities 1 and Priorities 2. Okay, not new applicants, Priorities 1 and Priorities 2. Those were the main priorities set aside from the Consolidation Act back in December. And this is just crazy. My jaw hit the floor when I read this. So don't shoot the messenger. I know you guys are probably reading this, hearing this right now, and you're probably like, it blows your mind. It blows your mind. Now stay tuned. I want to talk about what could be next with loan funding, because we have a part 2 to this infrastructure bill. So turn on that subscription and make sure you guys turn on the notifications. I will keep you guys updated on what's going to happen with the grants. But let's move into what could possibly happen right now with the loan funding, because I have big concerns around the loan funding. Now, there's $250 billion sitting in the EIDL loan funding. It was like 265 total in the whole program, and they're going to take away approximately right now $17-ish billion, okay? So it's going to leave around like $230-ish billion in the program right now, all right? Infrastructure Part 2 is supposed to be 3x of that of Part 1. And it's coming in a very few short weeks. It's right around the corner. They said as soon as they get Infrastructure 1 through, they're going to start cramming through Infrastructure 2. And they will be looking for funding to get this done. And it makes a ton of sense why right now they had all of these webinars where they're saying, we're going to cram through 600,000 applications through the review process. Remember, review does not equal obligation, okay? Because they could get to a point where they said, we've reviewed all of these and they are not eligible for obligation, and therefore we'll rescind that money as well and send it off to the next infrastructure bill. You're hearing it here first on the channel. I have big, big concerns around this. I'm hoping that I am wrong and that we do not see that happen. We need to see big changes to support the removal of the upfront requirements for the 4506T, so we can really see that speed happen through the actual 7A process of the SBA. And we need to see those $2 million loan caps go up. Those are the biggest things that we need to see right now before this program completely vanishes and goes away. Completely vanishes. Remember, don't shoot the messenger, guys. I will dig into this further with my contacts at the SBA, my insider contacts at the SBA. But I'm telling you, this might actually be the end of both of these programs. And more than ever now, you guys might need to see yourselves needing to earn extra cash flows, extra revenue, And you may want to check out my crash course right now, found in the description, where you could take a $50 bill, get into the real estate game through Airbnb. You could earn an extra $5,000 to $10,000 each and every month. And when you want to repeat that process and make more money, you just repeat the process over and over again. Remember, you don't have to own the real estate to get this done. You can start with $50. Check it out right now in the description. It is on a mega sale, and I will be ending that sale here very soon. So rush up to the description right now if you want to grab that. You guys can also find me on Instagram if you want to join my Zoom calls, or leave a comment down below if you'd like to learn how you could partner with me in my current B&Bs. I hold Zoom calls Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and Thursdays at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time and 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Get on that list and start joining me, waking up every day, earning yourself that extra passive revenue that you guys truly deserve. And remember to become a subscriber and turn on that notification bell, because I will have all sorts of future content teaching you strategies on how you can make money appear practically out of thin air through passive income, all right? You guys will appreciate the things I'm going to show you and the strategy I'm going to show you, because now more than ever, you may need that extra series of cash flows, those extra series of revenue, because you guys will be doing this on your own. I wish you guys all the best. I wish I had better news today. I will catch you all on the next one. Bye for now.